Some 155 million children are chronically malnourished and may endure the effects of stunting for their entire lives. And hunger causes almost half of the infant deaths worldwide. This is intolerable.
We need to put in place food systems that provide healthy food and nutritious foods that can be accessible and affordable for everyone.
Well, we're keeping our focus this morning on ensuring food security, and joining me on the set is Wale Oyekoya, is the former chairman, agriculture and non-oil sector, the LCCI, and of course, you're also a farmer. I want to thank you so much indeed for joining me here on Sunrise Daily. But it's
nice
very,
for having me.
It's very, very key. You know, food security, it's a major concern even for the Nigerian people. But how well do you think that the government has been able to keep up the important need to have food security in the country today?
It could have been better than the situation we find ourselves today if we have a proactive government, in the sense that we'll be talking about food security now, not from this present government, from the previous government, that food security is very important, because we've been having food crisis for over 5 years. But we have leadership that doesn't listen to the people or doesn't really know what the masses are really going through. You can bear me witness. If you go to the market today and price some of these foodstuffs, you know what I'm talking about. You can hear through the United Nations that 80% of Nigerians are under poverty. When you talk of poverty, food is essential, and these are our basic rights. Apart from the food security, what about the infrastructures that's supposed to even bring the food to the table of average Nigerians? We don't have it. So we have so many policies that are supposed to be in place, that are supposed to help the masses, but we don't really have a sustainable policy.
Does that then suggest that the food security structure in this country has a major challenge?
Very big challenge.
Where's the challenge coming from?
The challenge is that they fail to put the right people in the right position. And see, before they get to the power, they will tell that they will do this, they will eradicate hunger, they will do that. But by the time they get to their office, that something really gets to their mind. And I beg to disagree that we are self-sufficient in most of this food. You can ask average Nigerian. The only thing we promote in this country is not about quality, but quantity. And what I mean by quantity is about carbohydrates, rice, cassava. And when you talk of balanced diet, people are even trying to even put something to their stomach, talk less of talking about balanced diet. Average Nigerian, you don't see them with milk or fresh orange juice, which you can get in the supermarket in most of this advanced country. And most of these leaders that we call leaders today, they all travel. They get some of these fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, but it's not in abundance in Nigeria. Even the one that we even have are very expensive.
So what can the government do now to ensure that we have sufficiency in that regard?
Until they started having people's oriented policy. I keep on talking about people's oriented policy that is going to really showcase and put everybody in the corner. Look at the school fee they are talking about. I'm not saying it's not good, but to me it's
one of the SIP projects.
Yes, to me it's wastage, in the sense that one person was chosen to supply the eggs to the whole schools in Southwest. This is where you're supposed to have really empowered some of these farmers, young farmers coming up, set them up, give them the necessary tools, necessary equipment. That way they'll be able to feed these children, not just giving billions of naira to somebody to supply these eggs. The same thing with 10,000 naira they are giving to all these market women. We need more than this. This palatable does not really go well. Why can't you just improve the infrastructure we are talking about? If average Nigerian could be getting minimum of 12 hours of light, they'll be able to do much. Maybe by preserving some of these foodstuffs we are talking about, we lack storage facilities in this country. And we don't even add value to what we are doing. That is why you see half of the food that we produce in this country perished or got lost, or which we call post-harvest loss. A lot needs to be done. The government is not there for you, you're on your own. Accepted I'm an investor that wanted to invest into farming. Every investor wanted to get money out of his business. But when there's no security, there's no investor. I remember that we have brought so many foreign investors to this country. What happened at the end of the day? They ran back because of the conditions, because of the environment that is not conducive to do business. We are doing business with hardship in Nigeria. This is not business we are talking about. The federal government have been saying, oh, we are trying to reduce the cost of doing businesses in Nigeria. But I have some mentees. When I sit down with them, the major problem they keep on talking about is the regulatory bodies, especially in the course of NAFDAC to approve the product. These are SME that's supposed to make it easy for them to get into the market. But they find it very difficult with all the regulatory bodies. Even the loan that we keep on talking about, the federal government, the CBN is trying to help the SME and the farmers. They are not even getting it. I'm very aware of the anchor borrower we're talking about, the NASA, the CACs.
Which people largely say that this government has done very well in. Don't you agree with that?
I disagree because I'm a farmer and I'm surrounded with a whole lot of farmers. Every farmer will tell you that they are not getting this loan because the condition is very cumbersome that you cannot even be able to make.
Have you been through the process?
I've been through the process.
What constraints did you come across?
We are of the opinion